Hello and welcome to new team review. As I already mentioned like in earlier videos, this video is kind of what I definitely wanted to do. It's a showcase of Dragontail Lugia in Great League. This Pokemon is kind of difficult to get, especially right now, because the last time it was actually possible to get level 15 Lugia was 2 years ago. That was before like Global League was even a thing. I think PvP was out there already, but like not anything competitive. So having this thing is super rare. Also, I wasted an elite charge TM for this thing for Aeroblast. Otherwise, you can't get that. But yeah, you have to get this thing out of the research breakthrough 2 years ago. And then you have to trade it to someone else because the IV from the research breakthrough still put it above 1500 CP. And actually, my brother is right now here at my place, so he had Lugia still, and he asked me if I wanted to have that, because for him it does not do anything for him, because it's above 1500 CP. And I thought, oh yeah, of course. I sadly don't have one for him, because I deleted all mine, because back in the day, when PvP wasn't a thing, I of course delete those Pokemon who need more starters to power up anyway, so why do I need a Lugia at 1500 CP around there? If I have like some from raid which had like higher CP already. That was like my thinking before PvP was a thing. So I don't have those things anymore. So I'm really glad that I got this one. It actually, of course, not guaranteed from trading that goes below 1500 CPs. Mine is like way below 1500 CP, but sadly it's just like shy of being able to get another power up in. So it has not the best IV, but at least it is eligible for PvP, and this is like the only thing that really matters, as the IV, I mean, it's like such a rare Pokemon to get anyway. I'm totally fine with that, even though it goes to 1461 CP right now, which is not the best, but it's still better than not having one. And I'm really happy that I can use this thing finally. And now it actually got the buff with the Dragontail, as you can see here how much Dragontail already chunks. I think this is actually my favorite battle, which you might have already saw like a part of in the short before. But we have to see. This video most likely gonna air on Wednesday, I would guess. Currently it's Monday for me, by the way, and I record the battles on Saturday and Sunday, so that's kind of a bit older already. So, but tomorrow, like for me tomorrow, for you yesterday, most likely, we're gonna have the new Slowbro coming out in the game, Galarian Slowbro, and I most likely have to cover that first. So it's gonna have to wait a bit, but we are most likely right now on a Wednesday, if you can hear this, and yeah. Still, we have Sableye here in the lead. This team is actually like kinda, I don't know. I know this is the best team. My thought process was like, okay, I have a Bomberstone in the lead. I need something for fire types and fighting types, which is like Azumarill. Basically, that's the best Pokemon for that. And I kinda need another answer like for fighting types, so I have like my Lugia. The save swap is kinda, I don't know, like variable, because like you can use basically everything as a save swap here. Either Azu or Lugia, depends on the lead most of the time. And yes, but I really enjoyed doing this team. Went pretty well. There was like another team I played, which was I think Swampert, Cresselia, and Lugia in the back, which didn't work that well. Because right now you see a lot of Skarmories, and we're actually gonna see this right now, which is funny because I didn't even know that we're gonna see a Skarmory right now. But yeah, Skarmory is like everywhere in the current meta, which is kinda annoying for this psychic type Pokemon. From most of them, like it hard counters the Lugia unless you run Hydro Pump, which is most of the time not really preferred anyway. So I think Aeroblast actually does need the same amount of damage than Hydro Pump anyway, and Hydro Pump you need like so much energy to get to that anyway. It's just like not that good. I liked Aeroblast. I used it like once or twice. Not, of course, not the highest usage as it needs so much energy, but still fun to use to nuke some opponents, especially late game if you have it as a closer. It is always kind of nice to play it there. And my opponent has a Ferrothorn against us. We're gonna shield here in case it's a Flash Cannon that would one-shot us. My opponent swaps out and goes into a Sableye. What I always kind of want to do here against a Sableye when they swap out, I try to catch a move here, but I also always kind of want to throw one Weather Ball at it, because Azumarill against Sableye is not always the best matchup actually, which is interesting. It's just like the Shadow Claw damage, the return damage kinda hurts a lot after a while. Yeah, my opponent goes into the Ferrothorn and then goes into the into the Medicham. And we have our Lugia here, and it does look pretty nice for us, but actually it's still not over, as Medicham gets to the Ice Punch really quickly. And I don't want him to be able to get to like... I don't know, I think I actually misplayed this game a bit. Don't I? I think I could have farmed him down if I shielded here, and this would have won me the game either way. So what I'm actually doing here is just gonna go for a Weather Ball and hope that I get to like 2 more Powder Snows against the Ferrothorn, which I get, which is nice, but yeah. I think I kind of misplayed that game. Next opponent, Stunfisk lead. We have to stay in here. I think we win this in 2 shields like always. Straight Weather Ball. I think there's no way where he can win this. We have Azumarill, which is pretty good against it, but we also have Lugia, which is pretty bad against it, so... I'm just gonna go straight for the Weather Ball here. He does not shield. I'm gonna stack the Azumarill here. This health, this thing like has no value at all against me, which is good. And yeah, like with this amount of health, like even Lugia can farm this thing down before it gets to a move. So there's nothing really I can do here. He goes for the Hurricane, which was a good move, and actually goes for the Weather Ball before I get to my next charge move, which was clever. And do I actually lose CMP here? No, I just didn't throw. And he has a Skarmory in the back, which is not the best for me. Can I have to stay in here and get to some moves? Oh man. I don't know if I can win this game. I have to farm down now. He can go for the Brave Bird though, which hurts. Yeah, he can go for the Brave Bird. I have a move stored, which is good. And I can go for that here, and he has to throw against me. But our Abomasnow is already so low that I think the Wing Attack might be able to KO us already. Having 2 flyers against Abomasnow already is like not the best thing for us. Kinda annoying, but yeah, the Stunfisk can farm us down here. Good game there. Good game. We have a good lead here with Swampert. Swampert is always a good lead for Abomasnow. Abomasnow in general is like super good right now. Like, people sleep on that thing. Also, like, I don't know, I kind of want to showcase Shadow Machamp maybe sooner or later again, as we don't see that as often in the current meta, which is kind of interesting to me, as it was like one of the best Pokemon in the earlier meta, but now you have basically stuff like Medicham, which has its place. So I don't know if Machamp is still the best, but I think Machamp still has like a lot of player against Umbreon, for example. And here we catch the move perfectly fine. Sadly, we don't have Play Rough. Yeah, I still think like Azu needs currently 3 charge moves in the current meta, so you always kind of miss out on something. Ice Beam is always cool because you get there earlier, and you have like some coverage against grass types, but you also always kind of want some Play Rough coverage. So yeah, I kind of miss the Play Rough right now. And we can actually farm down at this point, which is good for us. Getting to 100 energy here, and he has a Drift Blim. I go for the Hydro Pump because I just panic. And go for the Abomasnow swap immediately so I can get the Weather Ball off. No, he goes back into the Swampert. I have my Lugia in the back. Lugia can tag everything basically from my Swampert anyway, and we can farm down with the buffed Dragon Tail here. Next opponent has Emperion lead, which is actually really difficult for me. I actually want to showcase Emperion as well. Emperion is like one of those Pokemon which like I think it's like so underrated. It's just so good against the current meta. Like, it's good against Bastion, good against G-Fist, good against Azumarill, good against Nidoqueen. It's just like, it's such a good all-rounder. You just need like 2 Pokemon in the back that can counter fighting types, I guess. Maybe a Sableye Save Swap. Sableye Save Swap and like another Dark in the back might be good. Like, yeah, like Manibus. Or like Charm User or something like that. That might be actually a really solid team. Maybe I try that as well. Still haven't battled my best sets today, so we have to see. Here we have Emperion against us. We can go for the Energy Ball, and I think we have to shield here definitely. We have to get to another Energy Ball to kill this thing, and my opponent swaps perfectly in the area. Like, what the hell? Really a solid swap there. I don't even know the counts of the Abomasnow all the time, but really solid swap from my opponent there. But we can still get to a move, and there's like 2 1 HP ones in the back, but we still have our Lugia. And Lugia does not really care about the worst typing here. Skydeck just chunks a lot, and we can farm all the way down with the Dragon Tail. Good game to my opponent. Next opponent, we have Abomasnow against G-Fist again. Again, we win this in 2 shields, but I don't really want to spend 2 shields all the time, so I always kind of try to catch a Rock Slide at my Azumarill, which I am able to. Like always those weird rock slide catches, which like doesn't make any sense most of the time, because right now like this was like complete random timing. And right now we're not in the best position right now because my opponent gets so much energy that I cannot really go into my Bombers now. I cannot want to just soak the damage on my Lugia, which is super bulky anyway. And you know, Sludge Bomb comes through. I can farm all the way down here. Have a lot of energy. My opponent goes for the Rock Slide here, which is a clever play. Tries to catch a move, which didn't work out. I can go for the Energy Ball, KO this thing, go for another Energy Ball. Try to KO this thing. Of course, shield twice, which is the right play for my opponent. Yeah, I have to hope that he goes for Blizzard or has Earthquake. He goes for the Energy Ball, the Weather Ball there, and I can go for my Energy Ball still. I have like one extra move in, so I can definitely outspeed the G-Fisk, and I should be able to win this game, which I'm gonna do right now. Even if you went for a Rock Slide, my Lugia would survive one and should be able to KO mid-time, so... Good game to my opponent. Next opponent needs Swampert again. A lot of Swampert lead right now, which is good for Obama Snow. I haven't seen a lot of fighting type leads, which is good. And here we just gonna go for the Weather Ball, and my opponent goes into Ninetales, and this is like a problem for me most of the time, as Ninetales is like one of those Pokemon that are difficult for my lead and for my Lugia. Like, highest types in general are not as good there. But here we can get an Energy Ball off and farm all the way down with me. The Azumarill have a lot of energy now. We are not in the worst spot. Goes back into Swampert. Maybe I shouldn't have baited here, but he does shield indeed. So what we can do here is just let go. He goes for Sludge Wave, so it's out of energy. I tried to KO the Swampert, but actually he has a Umbreon in the back, and I could just go for the Weather Ball here. Weather Ball does more damage per energy than Energy Ball, so it's always wise to go for that. My opponent goes to Foul Play. I have to get some more damage on him. Maybe I should have went for the Energy Ball here actually, because this will not KO, but the Energy Ball would have. And I can farm down everything now with Lugia, because Lugia is just too strong and does not care about any charge moves at all. Here I just go for the Sky Attack and I win this game, and good game to my opponent. Into the next game we have a Bouncer against Azumarill, really good lead for us. Goes into Sableye, what I said before, like I always kind of want to throw at least one Weather Ball and try to catch a move. I'm gonna go for 1-2 more and try to catch, but it didn't really work out, so if he has a return here, it's fine. Actually shield here, which is interesting, which I shouldn't have done, I think. As I'm really weak to Azumarill in general. Yeah, and he does not get to another move. If I had, yeah, and he goes back into Azumarill. If I had Play Rough here, that would have been a good shield, but I don't have Play Rough, which is like really bad now for me. Like in such a tough spot now. No, it's actually, yeah, the shield was not necessary there at all. This just puts me in a worse spot. I go into my Lugia thinking maybe you don't have Ice Beam, but you do have Ice Beam. And now, like, we're at a super bad spot right now. Try to get to another Sky Attack here, which I do. My opponent just overfarms a bit. And I get at least some damage on him here and a shield. But we're not looking too good. He goes into the Deoxys defense. I swap out with the Charge Move Lord into my Azumarill, but yeah. This is definitely not gonna be a KO win, I guess. This Deoxys defense gonna counter me all the way down now, and Abomasnow doesn't care because a Weather Ball gonna KO this thing now, because Abomasnow is just too strong, and the Azu has nothing to do against me if I have one shield left. So good game to my opponent. Into the last game, we have Emperion against us on the lead, which is difficult to deal with. But I tried to catch on my Azu, which didn't work out, and he goes into his own Azu. Again, if I had Play Rough. Yeah, not the best thing here. I have to go for my Hydro Pump. Yeah, like I didn't expect so many Azus going into my Azu when I have Energy Lead, because they always lose if I have Play Rough, but I don't have Play Rough, which is their win the year. Yeah, and maybe I definitely should go for Hydro Pump Play Rough instead of Ice Beam Play Rough. Like, again, the same mistake I basically did with the Garchomp line. I just cannot learn, I guess. But it's fine, I can go for the Energy Ball here. Gonna KO this Azumarill. He has a Medicham in the back, and it does not look good here right now. This is most likely a loss, I would say. Yeah, I think there's nothing really I can do here. I try to like wait out the clock or something, but it's gonna go like really bad right now. Which is okay. I hope still you like the video. I really enjoyed that I have like my Lugia right now. I'm really happy about that. Maybe it has actually some more play in like some restricted matters. We have to see it later in the future. Maybe in the remix cup it should be actually super decent. But we have to see. I hope I see you next time, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.